feel so weary. A burden be. Welcoming Daja destination. How is everybody doing today? Hey, Thailand, so hey, shout out to Thailand. Life is so wonderful too if we make the best out of it. When you got wisdom, your life becomes wonderful. When you don't have wisdom, you're looking for the wonderful in life. That's because I used to have a miserable life because I had no wisdom. I just I had knowledge of wisdom but didn't have the wisdom. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, not having knowledge doesn't always relate to wisdom. If you don't practice, you don't pay attention. In my life. Oh, you can welcoming on France. Thank you, Sassy Mom. Good morning, Kenshi. The best part is that if you don't like your life, you can turn things around. You can always make a change. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy sea. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raised me up today because I got out of my dang bed and made some coffee. That's a good start, you know. Having a reason to wake up is an amazing thing in life. Remember back in the day when you didn't have a reason to wake up? Sucks. And many people still don't. That's why we're not trying to go to the job. We don't even want to go to the job. We have to go. Instead, we want to go. That's a blessing. Right? And that blessing is possible for you too. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up and you will find a way. Welcoming JJ Rose. There you go, see? Another roser. สวัสดีครับคุณแควง I mean ขว้าง Okay, I guess that's enough YouTube. YouTube. I am strong. You know I am faithful. Thank you, Sassy Mom. I hope your life's improving, spending time with your Mystic Village brothers and sisters. Because, you know, people asking deepest question in the whole universe. Every stream. You know how it be. Yeah. Let's get some morning buns to revive. Welcome, Varin. Mediator. Future Worm donated 20 subs on Twitch last night. Thank you. $21 subs, excuse me. That's a lot of subs. Test. 1, 2, 3. I just noticed TikTok putting auto noise suppression on my stuff. Auto, huh? They're trying to do too much to the audio. From 100, we're gonna bump to 200. There you go. No wonder they can't hear nothing. Let me know how the audio is. I bumped it back up to 300% because I was like, man, it's too low. I bumped it up to 300%. Audio perfection is something you can't like. Yeah. again. 1, 2, 3 into the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg. Snoop Doggy Dogg. Good night from Taiwan. Hey, good night. Cheapin. Shout out to Taiwan. Thank you, Sassy Soul. We got 2 sassies up in here. We got Kay, thank you. Good morning, everybody, and good night to many. We got, people watching all around the world, so you don't even know, like, when, where they at, but it's beautiful. Layli, สวัสดีครับทุกคน Luna Moon, Lady Oblivion, Amina Reloaded, thank you so much. 6 a.m. here. It's 8 a.m. here. You in Cali over there? The Mystery Muse. Beautiful dawn of Aquarius morning. Rise and shine. Memes 2024 is here too. Many Thai people living all around the world too. Thai people sometimes live in Germany, Sweden, California. There's a ton of lots of Thai people in California, LA especially, Los Angeles, New York, all over the place. There's a Thai restaurant in the mountain of Colorado. I'm like, y'all out here? For real, we had a trip to Colorado a while ago. In the middle of, like, on the way to some major, like, this isn't, what's not recording right? Sometimes the audio gets out of skew, so you gotta re-enter. Is it, what's the recording issue? Because I just made some audio changes to the setting, audio signal processing. This is just raw audio now. It was on auto. This may help with issues. Is the audio bad? Being very, Alex, you're on early today. This is my goal is to do this, like, is to switch to doing this consistently. Turn this into, thank you. Pad see ew is one of my favorite dishes. Pad see ew is a standard in Thai food, you know? Yeah, more disciplined. Switzerland out there. Shout out to Switzerland. Vanessa on YouTube. Personally, Thai food, I like pad wun sen. Oh, okay. Shout out Lolita. I mean, I like soups. I'm more into the soup because it's easy to make a soup vegetarian delicious. Tom yum, tom kha mushroom. Yes, but it's papaya salad, som tam. Cause I grew up on complex flavor on my tongue, right? I had to guinea pig for my mother. She trained me how to have an excellent palate, and so I had to. That was one of my role in the kitchen, make sure the food tastes good. And then, of course, my mother is a legend at the Thai temple for cooking. So when you are trained by a legend at the temple, your tongue becomes trained to see, oh, that's why it's delicious. Oh, that's why that's not delicious. But not everybody likes that complexity, right? Some people, sometimes as you get older, you don't want too much complexity. You want to be babied, comforting flavor. You don't want, some people lose that desire for strong taste. It's like chicken noodle soup is boring as hell, but it's comforting to many people. You know what I'm saying? Like just basic soup is enough, and I like it too. I think as you get older, everything becomes more matured. Your tongue becomes like, this could be a lot stronger, but it's not really good for my body. And you gotta be, your body towards the end of your life becomes more fragile too. So you're not trying to throw too much salt and seasoning into it. Right. Raw food and food that doesn't have too much seasoning doesn't overload your organs, which is great. Take care of your body, or else you just leave early. Sometimes it's worth it. In America, when you have steak dinners all the time, you do leave early. You know what I mean? It's not just steak dinner. It's like they put, in America, we put cheese, bacon, cream cheese on a potato. And the potato they eat here is not a baby. They don't. In America, they don't eat baby potato and tons of butter. They eat a ginormous potato as a side. And when you've been taught, you gotta eat everything on your plate. Right? Unless you learn to break that mentality of you gotta eat everything. And most people don't break that because their mama taught them, you better eat everything on a plate. Well, when your plate is like a 3-person serving, it's unhealthy. And you've been taught you gotta eat everything, because if you don't eat everything, that's disrespectful. You're not trying to piss your grandma off, right? You know what I mean? You don't piss grandma off today. You better eat everything. You know what I'm saying? When the elder cook you something, you already know. You gotta eat it. When the master at the temple gives you the food, you gotta eat that. And if you don't, like it's kind of disrespectful, but there comes a time where, it's about respect at the end of the day. Because one day grandma won't be there. But grandma and grandpa's love, if they're good ones, will always live in your heart. I used to slip it to the dog. No, you didn't. They're gonna hear. Your grandma will hear that. We were forced to eat hot dogs and all kinds. We got what we got, you know. We're so spoiled nowadays. Back then, we didn't even have a choice. You're like, y'all gonna eat rice and fish sauce. When I was a kid, my parents were working at the laundromat. I come home, nothing to eat except what I can make. Canned tuna, just open it and eat the sardine. Dip in oil or tomato sauce, just raw. This is the calmest comedy show I have ever seen. Yeah, this is called sit-down comedy. This is like dry, mindful humor. You know what I'm saying? They call. I wouldn't even say it's dry. You can call it savory comedy. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I was a kid, my parents either had, we had a laundromat and we sold like chips, and I would eat a lot of chips because there was nothing to eat at home. But then I learned how to cook my own rice and fry my own eggs, because when you're hungry, you gotta survive, right? So at a young age, like middle school, I was frying eggs in the kitchen because you gotta make a change. Yum, กินมาม่ากับไข่ดาว right? Fry egg with rice and some sauce ภูเขาทอง the golden mountain sauce on the egg. You know, and life was good, and you watch your Pokemon on Kids WB. What's that Pokemon? That's a Raichu. Ding, ding, ding. Then you have to watch Ash Ketchum in his squinty voice. And then Ash Ketchum is actually a girl. You're like, oh, that makes sense. That's why his voice was so high. The person who makes Ash Ketchum voice, I think it's a girl, right? Because I recently saw like, oh. I wanna be the very best. I used to watch Nick, yeah. Well, you watch everything, you know. Pokemon had cards, so you gotta keep up with the Pokemon show. And then you switch to watch Nickelodeon, Hey Arnold, All Real Monsters, I remember. Kablam. This is the American child story before the internet happened. Right, so essentially I was like the iPad kid, but I was raised on cable TV. สวัสดีครับคุณโบโบ Yeah, Rocco's Modern Life, Rugrats, Ren and Stimpy was very confusing to me. Like, this is gross. Have y'all seen Ren? I was like, what the heck? Ren and Stimpy, they acting so weird. I feel like I felt like it was like a cartoon about addiction all the time. Like, and the Amanda Bynes show, and then the Wonder Years. What you do? Yeah, all that. Oh God, Nick Cannon. That's where Nick Cannon came from. Cat dog. You look like Krillin from. I'm just bald, damn it. Okay, everybody bald can look like Krillin. light skin, bald. I'm even more tanner than Krillin. Not short enough. I don't have my disc. I mean, actually I do. Yeah. Love that song though. You sang out of tune. Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song. When I first came to America, there was nothing to watch on TV other than Barney. And it was very confusing because the kids looked happy. The kids looked really happy, but what they were doing was boring as hell. Like, yeah, just walking around, you know. Yeah, this is actually fun, you know. Nothing else to watch on TV, you know. So you just watch infomercials instead. Instead of Barney, I'd be watching like the rotisserie, you know. Because kids will watch anything, right? But now, back then, you didn't have a choice. Maybe that's my blessing. I grew up in a time where I didn't have a choice. It made me appreciate the Ron rotisserie. You set it and forget it. I'm like, word, that chicken looks good. Dang, they got the roast beef. They got the roast beef on there. Great. You know what I mean? That's not made us go outside for sure. Well, I mean, when you're younger, you're always outside. There was no like really inside. Like, why the heck would you go inside? You know? Like me, I wasn't at home. I was at the laundromat with my parents, so I just always had my rollerblades on. So I took a nap with rollerblades on. I woke up with rollerblades on. I just went rollerblading. Or before rollerblading, soccer. Just kick the soccer to the wall in the laundromat. It was a concrete wall. Other kids would come, Latino kids. We'd play soccer. And that was my beginning life. You don't have to say anything. You just had a soccer party. Busy legs and mind. Oh yeah. Choices can be for sure. I remember when I first cut out social media and shopping out of my life, and I went back to Walmart for the first time after like years. I felt attacked by these choices, and I felt, you know, but maybe that's a bit extreme. That's why like your mind's a lot more peaceful when you're outside of the city, because in the city there's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of comfort that makes people not present with life. Like, what restaurant do you want to go to? What food? What drink? Right? When you're like in a mountain, you live a bit more simple. But even in the mountain, you got grocery stores up there, right? Which is not bad. It's just less is more, but less doesn't make money. Less doesn't make money. So more makes money, but sometimes more means less happiness because you're in your head a lot about so many options. It's like, remember when you're trying to watch a Netflix and you're like, golly. That's why I don't watch movies, because I take a while to find out what movie to watch, and then you're like, this is crappy movie. Let me just not watch it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's actually. But when you don't have standards in what you consume, you just watch everything. And when you train yourself to just watch anything, you end up watching every movie on Netflix. Have y'all done that before? Nothing to watch? Let me just watch. I'll try watching an Indian movie right now. For real, right? Huh. You end up watching every documentary, right? You get home, the DoorDash just got here or whatever, or you cooking, or some people, they do sports. My father is into sports growing up, so anything that has to do with sports, we were watching it. Golfing, basketball, football, soccer, ping pong if it was on. It was permanently on ESPN. So growing up, TV was our social media before social media became, so it's easy to just be programmed. And actually, you didn't ask questions because you couldn't ask questions. But now you can watch something and look in the comment section and like, this movie kind of sucks. You type it in and you get 1,000 like, you're like, I knew I wasn't the only one. But back then when a movie sucked, you're just like, oh, that kind of sucks. You know, so shout out to the evolution of media and the move towards authentic choices, right? We can, except when YouTube took away the thumbs down, now they're messing with the truth. Like, y'all took away the thumbs down. I mean, you can still see it. There's an app where you can still see the thumbs down. Yeah. But I want to thank you for giving me the best. I thank you. There's a song by Ricky Byers that I really love. It goes, I thank you for being so real, touching me and helping me see what a beautiful world this is, and I thank you for all that's revealed. You're changing me, opening my blinded eyes. Something like that. Soul music, you know. That's why I really resonate with the R&B music, and gospel. Because R&B, a lot of the R&B singer come from that gospel roots, and then that's why what's that group? The group that Outkast. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Right, they got that gospel vibe, the southern rap, southern music. They still got that soul in the music. Yeah. Ding 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 ding. And the messaging is like, I think when you're messing with people, with spiritual people, there's a lot of just blunt honesty coming out. And the storytelling aspect of it is something that I love in music that sometimes is missing out of the mainstream pop music that sings, you know, like that can be more groupie music, you know, K-pop, pop music that's just, it's like a genuine story, not messages that need to be heard, that's painful but needs to be spoken. And I think the R&B and hip-hop has a lot of that. And but a lot of times it may be the truth, but it's still focusing on a problem. And that's why we gotta show up and be the change. A lot of times the music can be the complaint, because that's what's on people's heart, being the change there. Oh, okay, yeah. Ricky Byer is Michael Beckwith's ex-wife. I don't know, right? So Michael Beckwith is an American philosopher, visionary teacher who I studied for about 3 years heavily, who at the time had dreadlocks or locks, and now he's bald. So he's one of the main reason, and Bob Marley, for why I had locks myself in the past, because my teachers, I embody the teacher. Right, I'm about that life. I like to go all in. So when I studied, when I watched the documentary Woodstock, I love documentaries because it's like a time capsule, documentary about a certain era that's very inspiring. I really like the purity of artists before they get corrupted. Like every time you hear about Michael Jackson or about Prince or about, all these singers, and then you see when people have great talent and they don't have great mentors, people sell out to the money all the time. So sad. Right? Because sometimes you come from poor family and you just trying to make it, but at what cost? My father didn't really Test 1 2. Yeah, not sure what's up with the audio. My father revealed that he didn't care about us getting rich. He just wanted us to be good people. No matter how our life led, no matter what the money was, he just wanted us to be a good individual, loving. And my mother really wanted me to get rich, and it just, so there was a lot of pressure to make lots of money and give back. So it was like a request that I could not fulfill at that time, because she wanted me to live a life that was her dream. But my father comes from a more surrender and Buddhism. My mother comes from broken family. My father come from a non-broken family. So the two merge. So I get to see one person is has a lot more expectation because they come from a certain background, and one just want good people because they come from a strong family, right? And so my father has a very big heart, enough to deal with my mother's mental instability and toxicness. But he didn't know how to heal her. He just knew how to accept her and deal with her. Well, when the baby came out, that became his job. And that's the bald guy talking right now. Which was, didn't expect that at all. Because they're like, my life sucks. When am I going to leave the planet? That's all when I was young, I thought about it. Man, my life sucks. When am I going to leave? I'm probably going to go soon. That's how I thought in life. I've been waiting for the mothership, yeah. The feeling of just you don't want to be here, but you're not trying to leave. You just know you want to go home. And I found a home here. And so when your life sucks, at a young age, you start visioning things that are beyond the ordinary because you need to cope with your miserable life of getting picked on or whatever, right? So my faith in the universe was naturally founded at a young age because I got picked on so much. I just thought that, there must be something beyond. Right? The sadness makes you have faith a lot of time because it's the way you cope. And luckily, for me, it turned into a deeper relationship with the universe, God, Buddha, the nameless energy, divine intelligence. Like I remember, I when I was young, we moved into a new apartment. And there was a Bible there. I made the effort to read the Bible, just like, what is this about? And I just looked into it a little bit, but I didn't read it. I just kind of like, that's interesting. But I could feel the energy of devotion. Same thing with chanting. When you're chanting, Arahang Samma Sambuddha, you feel something. You can see the devotion energy from the book, especially when somebody's used it before for prayer. Or when people sing with love, you can feel the devotion. That's there, and some devotion is more authentic than others because you can feel a little bit more love from the people that are more genuine. Like when people chant Hare Krishna, some people you can feel they're chanting from their head, which is still a beautiful experience, right? But chanting from the heart, it's so emotionally healing. Hare Krishna, that's like more soothing than just like repetitive from the head. Even Om Mani Padme Hum, when chant from the heart, the amazing energy. Right, same thing with at the end, when people say Amen, when you say Amen from your head, is different from saying Amen from your heart. And it's a little detail that's like this. You're just pushing a little bit more. Like you're just opening a little bit more. It's that we're that sensitive when we practice these things. Even the singing bowl, when you're just being a bit more graceful, right? I can just. That's from the head, but from the heart, there's a dance going on, right? There's a gracefulness going on. And I'm down on my soul, so weary. I can't cope with the last button not being this. What button? Your internal button or this button? Do you need me to fill your cup for you? Would you like me to love you for you? Here. Oh, it's perfect. My button brings other boys to the yard and they're like, love yourself. Even though, yeah, sometimes things people do may irritate us, but that's why being with yourself and having a good time with yourself prevents that. You know what I mean? Thank you for the kind word. Shout out to Nipahat. Sige says, hey, would you have some advice for struggling with repetitive checking for decision making? Repetitive checking, what does that mean for decision making? So you're constantly checking on your... Oh, you don't trust yourself, you mean? So are you trying to ask, second, yeah, what do you have to do to trust yourself? No matter what choice you make, there's a lesson. There's no wrong path, because every path has a lesson. So every time you make a path that doesn't align with you, it leads you to what does align with you. But if you don't learn the lesson, you don't know. Many people don't realize the more you do something, the more you learn about who you are and your principles and values. When people come to troll me and judge me and criticize me, they're actually teaching me what are my principles and values for me to know more about myself. And when I know more about myself and who I am, I have more confidence. So I make decisions with more clarity because I've gone through the gauntlet and the labyrinth of not knowing who I am. So you learn to navigate the labyrinth with confidence, because life is not just a linear path. Life requires you to hit a dead end and just turn around and go find a way. Make your life work. And even when you get to the end of the labyrinth, there's no ending. The only time you end is when you don't wake up. But the energy that you are will always continue. They transmute, they transfer. The heat in your body will go somewhere. Thank you, Nadia. Constantly checking my decisions. It's good that you keep up with your decisions. There's nothing wrong with it, but there's a time when it becomes unhealthy. Right? When it becomes unhealthy, then you need to just trust. In Christian term, give it to God. In Buddhist term, let it go. This too needs to pass. Unless you want to babysit your doubt, essentially that's what you're doing. You're babysitting your doubt and fear and worry. It's like an overprotective mother. The baby gets scared too, like, is there something wrong? No, there's nothing wrong, with the crazy eyes. No, just keep going, it's fine. That's not the kind of life you want to live. What if this is the wrong path? Oh no, the viewer is going. Imagine if I'm sitting here looking at the viewer count. Like, oh no, the viewers, it just dropped 2 followers. The viewer count dropped 2. What am I doing wrong? Oh no, it dropped 10. Bro, that's misery. No. Right, imagine always checking on your kids all the time. They get irritated. What do? They want to get the hell away from you. And then they want to do crazy stuff because you make them feel crazy. Because you're obsessively like checking on them. Now they're going to go look for a boyfriend and girlfriend instantly. Because you are annoying as hell. They know you love them, but God, they don't feel it from you. And that's hard to hear from many people, I want to feel certain, but it's impossible. You want certainty. Nothing is permanent except change. Yes, your life will go good until it's not. So what happens? The reason you keep wanting certainty because you're scared of the downtrend. No, Bitcoin is up. XRP is up. XRP is down. This is why, all right, like, if you're willing to do that, yes, you may get you may get rewarded, but at what cost, right? So if you want to be a day trader, you gotta stare at charts all day, right? And you gotta study the thing. So if you're gonna be if you wanna be a day trader or whatever, you have to have emotional discipline, meditation, workout, so that you're not so attached to like when you're not looking at the trading screen, you need to be present and trust in your ability. In the beginning, many people just don't know how, especially when you're dealing with something that's constantly happening, right? When the digital currency, the Bitcoin and all these things, the market never closes. It's 24/7. So you can stare at the screen literally all day, all night, and your mental health goes down the drain if you don't have discipline. You have to know when to shut it off. You got life. You're not here to be a robot, stare at screen and feel disconnected. You have to know how to reconnect with your breath. So have a discipline towards your breath so that you're not like, your mental health is not just, what about my kids? What about the Bitcoin? My business. You have to learn how to have faith, or else you live in fear. And that faith is in peace, love, and wisdom. Like if you have a mistake, learn from it, or else it's gonna happen again, right? Many restaurant owners fail because they don't pay attention to the details, but sometimes they just blame, right? Maybe they got the restaurant in an area that doesn't have good location, right? Maybe they have a great food, but they have a terrible food service, right? Or maybe they have great service, but they don't have their food's not consistent. Or maybe the food is consistent and the service is consistent, right? But the time they close too early, they don't have discipline with it. They say 9:30 closing, they close at 9. Then many people get pissed off. Why? Or everything is good, but you don't have a good manager. So you have a high turnover rate. You don't have a good company. People trying to quit all the time. It means there's the leadership not doing a good job to make the people happy. So there's a lot of things involved in success, and many people are not trying to pay attention that much. And then we open another restaurant, and then we wonder why they don't succeed. Less is more, because you can learn a lot more from a small system, and then you want to slowly build on that system. Like this community didn't start from big, right? It started from baby live streaming on Twitch. Mystic Village started with just 5 people meditating at the park. And then from 5 it turned to 7, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And when the weather's good, there could be 150 people. No parking, people just circling the park. Golly, I'm not gonna promote the group. So that's why we don't promote the group no more, because locally there's almost not enough parking spot. Because one time I started promoting on Instagram by like posting more, not paying for it. Don't pay to boost your post. Then you get fake follower. Don't pay to boost your crap. Please do it the right way. Find your brand, find your authenticity, it will grow. If you pay to boost, you have to pay every time. real. Just trying to help you out a little bit, because a lot of people are not saying all this stuff. But if you want to pay, have fun. See it as an experiment. The best way to grow is authentic and word of mouth. If people like what you're doing, it's gonna grow. If you pay to grow, yeah, you just have to pay attention. Why do people leave? Why don't people stay? Like when you're selling a house, when you're selling a car, why does this person have better? Why do they sell more? You have to be humble enough to go learn from good people. Sometimes your ego too big that you're not open to learning from good people. This is a huge issue in success in people's life. The ego says, nah, I know better. But we're not willing to study from successful people. So that's why you gotta humble yourself and be open to learning from everybody. Right? See how they do things, why they got this far. But follow your purpose, not the money. Because the purpose includes the money. Because if you follow the money sometimes, then you realize, damn, I don't even like my life, but I make a lot of money. Then you cope with going to the exotic club or whatever, substance abuse, and then you have bad mental health, and still have to work. So there's a lot of coping going on, because when you have money, there's a lot to cope with. For real. Get that money, and then they take your money. You hustle hard, only for Johnny Dang to take all that money to get an iced out rollie. Shout out to Johnny Dang, H-Tang. Overthinking everything is not good. Perhaps pray or meditate on decisions before making them. Absolutely. Before I make any decision, I marinate with that feeling and that vision of what will happen if I do this. You need to consult your heart, because sometimes you're overthinking and you're not consoling your heart, which is a place of purity and can see deeper. Like maybe you have an issue with your partner or your children, your husband, wife, your children, even your students, if you have students, maybe your neighbor. You don't want to use unkind word, or else the wrong message comes across and disharmony happens. This harmony is going to happen from time to time, but you don't want it happening too much, or else you become known as a disharmonizer. Because most people are not trying to be a hater, but many people don't know better. So you get to get back to yourself and see, if I say this, how do I vision people receiving it? Oh, my character is like this. This is why I don't fit here. I don't know how to be kind I don't know how to speak gently to my mother or father. That's why they're not trying to talk to me. Okay, maybe I should try speaking more gently, but it's difficult. Well, right, so you have to have self-talk and self-reflection time, and meditation is a great practice for that, Welcome in Catskill. Namo Abhida Butsu. Namo Amida. Tyler, how do I let go of resentment and anger from people that have harmed me in the past? That is one of the most common issue in human being life. We've been traumatized. We've been hurt by our father, mother, uncle, auntie, your brother, sister, whoever. And we walk with it. The pain that's been, right? done wrong sucks. Sometimes it could be anything. Maybe the system did you wrong. Maybe whatever it is. No one can change your life. No one can be responsible for your happiness other than you. Right? Yeah, exactly. Hurt people. The people who hurt you also got abused, or else they wouldn't have hurt you. For us to recognize that is called compassion. Understanding people's suffering. I understand that you hurt me because you are also hurt, and I'm hurt because I carry the same hurt that you transfer that to me, and I don't want to transfer this to anyone else anymore, because I don't want to continue living in I don't want to contribute more pain to the world. So I'm going to, with all my heart and soul, have compassion for you, let go and forgive. But I'm not here to hang out with my abuser. You don't have to hang out with your abuser, be buddy, dab him up, like, what up, you sold me substance and made my life terrible. Like, I'm here to I understand that you hustle because that's all you know. But I'm not here. I forgive you because that's the best that you know, but I'm not here to hang out with you. Right? We're not here, but now if you can hang out with your abuser and not in a healthy way, powerful experience to genuinely and deeply, completely, and be able to be in front of the people who done you wrong. That's courage, power. But you don't have to. You can just forgive them with your heart and not hang out with them. But it has to be genuine. Because if it's not genuine, you just act like you forgive them and you still have carry fire in your heart. So when you think about your abuser and you've forgiven, you remember the time when you deeply forgive the people who done you wrong. But when you don't forgive, you feel a burning sensation in your gut, in your heart, in your throat, in your head, somewhere. And sometimes it could be multiple places, heart and stomach. And it burns you because you still carry the seed of anger and resentment. And so it requires a little every day. It's not going to happen right away. So the more you face it, you don't know better. And whenever it's hard to forgive your abuser, visualize how they got to become an abuser. All right, when somebody is an abuser, how do you think they got there? Visualize what do you think happened to them that made them so toxic, so negative. Maybe they grew up in an orphanage and they don't know who their father and mother was. We're still not here to hang out with our abusers. We forgive so that we can clear the negative energy and genuine compassion. Acting like you forgive doesn't truly heal. You just pretend to heal, and that's a lot of people. I pretend, but you don't say, I forgive my abuser, but it's not from the heart. I forgive the people that hurt me. No. I let go of the pain and sadness because you transfer the pain because you're in pain. When the healing is genuine, there's this thing called grace in your experience. There's a tenderness in your character, in your energy when you deeply forgive. That when you don't genuinely forgive, you just want to, I forgive. I let go of what they did to me. Yeah. That's BS work. That's not genuine. But when it's genuine, there's a tear that may come. There's a deep breath that will happen. There's an aura. The aura radiates when you do genuine work. When you do inauthentic work, everything's tight. Shoulder tight, eyebrows tight, throat tight. I forgive the people that hurt me. I forgive my mom for being so toxic, and right. That's how you see how inauthentic. But only you and yourself know if your forgiveness genuine or not. Because there's a lot of BS going on, or else many people would heal. But many people are not mentoring on the technique because we're hiding behind a life coaching session that costs $111 that many people don't always get access to. That's why we out here. And sometimes we just say we give it to God, but we don't really. We still hold hate while we say, I already gave it to God. Right? I already been saved. But it's not you just saying that compared to like when you really feel that energy is genuine, right? The Kuan Yin, Om Mani Padme Hum. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. It's like, I know it's hard to forgive, but it's worth it. It's hard to love the people hard to love, but when you do it, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Yeah, because the healing experience is not easy. So just saying that you're healed or you're saved, sometimes you're just being cute with you're just saying it. And when somebody tried to tell you that, it does piss you off because you don't know me. You don't know me. You know me, shoot. You don't know what Bob went through. He went to Clearbrook. That's a private school. So it becomes a rap battle. Right? You say you forgive, but you're still having an internal battle. And so that's why we have to have good mentors, and we have to have spiritual discipline instead of following spiritual business. Instead of healing, you buy another obsidian for protection. Instead of learn to be present. Welcome, Tanya. Right? Instead of like learning to be present in love and forgiveness, you buy another copper wrapped crystal, getting bougie. Instead of learning to face your fear, look at what still hurts, you buy another deck of oracle cards. Good money. Instead of healing, you just cope with more spiritual material. Now, if you buy the oracle cards and you actually use all of it, respect. Right? And if you can use the crystals for crystal grid meditation healing. That's actually using the crystals you got. But some people buy more crystal they don't even use. Or respect. Right? Because some people put the crystal on display to create good ambience. Some people they just buy to put in a box. You have to learn to respect the tool. If you don't, you're just coping. Respect the crystals, respect the cards, respect the things that you may believe in. Respect yourself. So whenever you have a deeper respect to everything, your life becomes more sacred. Right? That's why the respect towards the flute. Right? right? Respect towards the Tibetan bowls, respect for the holy scriptures out there, respect for your abusers. That may be the hardest one, but your abuser, maybe it's a walking scripture in action, waiting for you to activate the love. How do we use crystals? I always cleanse them in the water. You can use it any way. It's more about you have to create relationship with your tools. Like I create a relationship with all my flutes, right? This is why whenever I'm playing, I let the flute play me, because I have a deep respect for the flutes, where I let the flute play me, and I just play. I let the heart and love flow. Even the way I'm speaking, right? I'm speaking in a mind. This is not a natural way to speak. It's a disciplined way to speak love. Right? This tone of voice, the microphones, the way even I'm moving my hands, making sure my energy is grounded. It's a discipline, it's a respect towards using your voice, speaking with clarity, unless I'm trying to make a point, Could ask you a question about a laughing Buddha? Sure. Nam mô Di Lạc Hơi Tinh Phát Bồ Tát. Happy Buddha. That's what we do in here, the Happy Buddha style. Because I grew up in very serious people too serious. Nowadays people need less seriousness because lives are so seriously unhappy. Right? So that's why we bring seriousness, humor, discipline. That's the Happy Buddha style. You still have discipline, but you enjoy a lot more. That's why we got all this stuff, because it makes it easier to meditate when you got singing bowls and flutes. Sun is a great cleanser, and so personally, if I wanted to clear a crystal or any item, you could leave it in the sun or smoke from incense. That's right. Even you see the Hindu people, when you go to any temple, they use fire or smoke to help cleanse. It's the intention of purifying that helps you, but you can use that technique to escape from the truth also. Like maybe you're not a good person, you're a bad person. Maybe you're doing the wrong thing, and instead of recognizing you do the wrong thing, you light the sage, you light the smudge, you say, right? You just give it to God. No, that's not how it works. If you do the wrong thing and expect to be saved for it, that's not how it works. You gotta still pay, because the way you live your life is what's gonna come back to you. If you're out here scamming people and expecting that it's just gonna go away, that's not how it works. If you do the wrong thing will come back to you, because you're putting it out in the universe. You're a magnet, right? And so many people don't want to see that. Why? Because if you're doing the wrong thing, expecting good result, you end up blaming the system. You end up blaming your mama, your father. You end up blaming your circumstances. But you won't change because your ego too big. So if you're not humble enough for the truth, you'll lie to yourself forever and wonder why your life don't work out. And that's why I don't hang out with victim mentality. In this community, we choose be responsible for your happiness. Some people are waiting for their abuser to come bow at their feet. Please forgive me. And that won't happen. But you can forgive your abuser and tell, thank you for teaching me forgiveness. Boom. Because when you're happy, You're not worried about your abuser because you let go already. But when you're unhappy, you're always thinking about, I hope something bad really happens to them. But the bad is your mentality is bad. Your thought is bad. Your energy is bad. Right? I'm not sitting here, thinking about, I hope those people, their life bad because they did me bad. Right? Look at the energy you generate with negative intention. Negative energy, negative thought. And it's not bad to have a negative thought. Unless you just think bad all day, because we're gonna have some negative thoughts. But if you want your life to be positive, what kind of thoughts should you focus on? Right? When somebody cuts you off, you're like, what the right? When somebody cuts you off, you're gonna, thank you for cutting me off. No, the mind's gonna get pissed off because you're not trying to die, So you're like, what the F? Well, glad didn't die. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you. And so not going out at night helps to prevent you from, driving with more bad drivers, right? But no matter what, there's going to be somebody cut you off, somebody slam on their brakes, somebody on their phone, and it could be you on the phone, right? As long as we pay attention, we get to avoid a lot of things, cause and effect. That's it. So, I feel deep sadness for the torture they put me through. Imagine that there's a life where you're happy. People do you wrong many times in the past, but every day that you think about it, you do it to yourself. Learning forgive make you stop pressing the replay button in your head about the negativity, and then you actually, when you don't press the replay button, you press the moment button. That's why meditative discipline help you to live more in the now instead of pressing the replay button. มันทำกูแบบนี้ those mother effer did me wrong. They hurt my family. But when you get over it and you let it go, you start living a good life and happy with your family. But every day you go, mother effers. Right. Then you start living this kind of energy, and eventually, when you do this mother effing for so long, what happens to your energy? You start to solidify the negative energy, and now you're somebody who lives with anger. So when you hold on to bitterness, right? Maya Angelou said, you can be angry, but don't be bitter. I'm like, word? Because it destroys you. The Buddha says, anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at somebody, you burn yourself. Right? Anger is like drinking poison, expecting the others to be hurt. Right? This is ancient wisdom. We've been knowing this, but I don't know why we're not talking about it out more in the open. I don't know why. I don't get it. What's going on? Because we need more teachers and mentors out here that, doing the good work, not just looking to be a freaking life coach all the damn time. Just help brothers and sisters. Just help people. Amen. That's why, we remember Buddha. Imagine Jesus I can help people, but I gotta charge money. We wouldn't remember Jesus or Buddha. Imagine Buddha I want to help people. I want to help you, but food first. What the hell? Right. Imagine alms bowl first, wisdom later. What the hell? right? When you donate to my Cash App, then I'll give you the reading. I know it's a joke that's sad, and like I repeat it a lot because we are part of the New Age spiritual movement. This community is spiritual. We respect the religion, but we operate from the spiritual foundation because the world is moving this way. This is right, because this is something the world can agree on: spirituality, love. Buddha, Jesus, Krishna, Muhammad represents love. Yes, it may be different, but at the core of it, it's more about love that's authentic and genuine. But you can lose that authenticity at any point, at any time. It could just be talking about love and you don't even feel it. And that's what's a lot happening. I listened to 396 hertz to meditate on my anger last night. The secret is that it didn't even matter what frequency you were listening. You meditated on your anger because you're ready to be happy and you put in the work. You can meditate on the sound of your own breathing and get the same result. But that's boring. You might not have even started. That's why there's the chakra system. That's why there's flutes and singing bowls. That's why there's crystals and all these things, inspiring us to practice. Because maybe you don't want to meditate, just breathing and all. That's boring. But you'll play the flute. Maybe you don't want to meditate, but when you light some white sage, you go, ooh, this is dope. Maybe you light some Palo Santo. Maybe you draw an oracle card and you meditate on that. That inspires you to connect. It all works. What works for you may not work for other people. Some people really look down on tarot cards and oracle card because many people are using it to manipulate people to make money. That's the main issue. But you can respectfully use an oracle card to flip and contemplate. You can use a tarot card to flip and contemplate. Right? You can look at a tree and contemplate the nature of life. You can look at a garbage can and see the nature of life through let go. You constantly have to let go. But your trash can only take so much. You gotta go dump it in a landfill or dissolve it, right? Burn it. Burn the trash. This Tibetan pizza. Sometimes people don't like to. Yeah, there's a lot of abuse with tarot. And a lot of people who, there's a lot of tarot practitioners who simply just do it purely to make money. Like they don't lead. There's tarot practitioners who lead with love, Reiki practitioners who lead with love, but many people just see it as good business. And that's what disconnects. That's what disconnects. The art form is an art form that you can use to help people, but it's being abused at a high, rapid rate. It's being abused so much that people, when they see cards, they already think, oh, that's black magic. Right? Because they're using it to exploit people's sadness sometimes. Because it's spiritual business, not spiritual practice. Any suggestions on how to encourage my son to attend AA? he is 25 and struggling with alcohol. Oh, that's a great time to struggle with alcohol. At least you recognize this, and he recognized this. Does he recognize he has issues with alcohol? This I got from the thrift store, and this I got from AliExpress. Linen. Okay. You don't need to get your son to AA. Your son just needs love. When you constantly, right, and love, wisdom, mentor. As he feels more love and respect, he feels less guilt, less shame, and more open to healing. And then, but we don't want to force him to go. You don't want to force people to go, because it doesn't last long. When you become a good lighthouse, your son will see the light in you and his own self. Then he becomes the lighthouse. And so when you're around positive, loving people, like this community is helping so many people quit substance. Because why? When the energy is good, it replaces the dopamine. Because you're doing the dopamine to feel good. But when you're hanging out with people that may help you feel good, you're like, I don't even need this. And it's free. I don't even need to call my plug. One way I was able to quit, the substance, stop hanging out at the damn bar, get some new effing friends. Some friends you hang out with, the only time you hang out with them, if there's alcohol around. And oftentimes it's not just alcohol around, it's other substance, right? Because you're trying to get faded. I'm faded. And then when there's smoke, light, mirrors, skin showing, now you're in the den. Oh, yeah, now you get, right? The environment supports you. So in here, they're just like chilling, right? You're making genuine comments about what's on your heart. That's why we're in a mindfulness conversation together, and we're asking. That's why when you're here, you feel heard and seen. Why? Because you are being heard and seen. When you go to the club, you don't feel heard and seen. So to feel heard and seen, you gotta get effed up. When you go to the karaoke bar, to have the courage to sing, you have to have the liquid. I need a little buzz first. Right? Crown and Coke, please. Right? Can I get a makers and Sprite? Right? I need a liquid courage first. Imagine you can just have courage without the liquid, unless it's just water. No, I'm not. You can respect the alcohol, but many people don't know how to have that relationship with it. So just cut it out until you have better discipline. Right? It's not about the substance, it's about abusing it. A lot of it's medicine. Right? He says it quiets his trauma. No. Yeah. It just let's use the right word. It numbs it but doesn't heal it. It quiets his, you numb it so you don't see it. It's like, imagine you feel trauma and you just do this. Oh wait, it's still there. And so whenever you're not numb, there it comes again. Then you think something's wrong with you. No, that's just called life. Life ain't supposed to be easy. I think one of the things that people need to hear, you're not the only one suffering, brothers and sisters, but we can help make it better when we care about each other. That's why this stream is about caring about people, mentoring people, supporting people, because sometimes people you're not connected to people who care. I mean, they do care, but they just don't know how to help you because they don't even know how to help themselves. So that's why we're in a mature, spiritual, practicing community and not a spiritual business community where you buy crystals, get a card reading, and be in on it. Right? That's different. A lot of spiritual business community, you get in when you get the card reading, right? Private one-on-one, me and we, but we don't mentor each other live. That's why when people say, can I message you? Why you need to message me? You can talk to me right now. You know what I'm saying? You can talk to me right now. Why? Because when you have witnesses in your healing journey, you will actually do the work because there's accountability going on. I'm here right now. Why are they trying to talk later? That's why there's a lot of scammers trying to use the bald guy to make money. What? Be careful people messaging you pretending to be me and they ask the first thing. I notice your energy is tricky. What's your astrology? They have programmed some AI to ask your damn astrology to try to get a couple bucks from you. Don't fall for that crap. Please do not fall for that. Please. Thank you for doing the work to love your damn self. Dab me up, LBC. That Long Beach, Compton. Or IBC. No way they can fake your junk. Well, the thing is, they do replicate literally everything. But they can't buy enough followers because I'm just humbled to say that we have reached a certain amount of followers that scammers cannot copy. Right? That's the right, because to pay for fake followers, it costs money. And these scammers not trying to, right? They may get a couple thousand, maybe 10,000. But when you get to a certain following count, scammers can't copy that because it's too much. So it does protect. Yeah. Thank you, Sister Grace. In the beginning, it was a huge problem. A lot of people were pissed off at me. Because I'm like, I don't send people private messages for reading, and literally, some people don't pay attention that is a scammer bot messaging them. And then when they message some religious person, then they get triggered. Then they come in here, he's a charlatan, deceiver. I'm like, what? Right, so a lot of people were getting pissed off because they didn't recognize it was a scammer. Brother Tanet, Guru Tanet, or whatever, right? Who's got the time to message so many bots, bro? That's why I keep telling you it's scammer bots. It's not actual person, right? But if the bot can message 2,000 people, they can scam one, right? And if they can message 2,000 people in a day, well, imagine that bot is always on until you block them. Right? And so somebody's program right? All these scammer bots, they block me first, so I don't see. So when I search my phone, Brother Tanet, I don't even see the scammers. I have to go on another account or somebody else's phone. Oh. And they're just using ChatGPT, card reader, maybe even something even lower intel. I think they use ChatGPT and program a bot to get card reading. And then, but what sells the authenticity is they use the creator, right? So, because it's, again, so when you just don't do anything for money and you're just donation based, when you don't beg for money, you cut that out completely. But so when you say that and then somebody, imagine you say you don't beg for money, and then a robot who pretends to be you, look like you, just like your profile, message you, then you're like, this guy's a mother effing fake. And then they come in here and they call repentente, super pecado. Repent for your sins now. I'm like, what? And that's how it goes. So I'm trying to explain to y'all how, how it's so bad for the community. The bots can be really bad for the spiritual community and card readings because the good people are getting used. Like Brother Yam also doesn't charge money, right? Zen Master Mike and all the practitioners who but it's not good. And so that's why keep growing to a certain amount to where scammers can't replicate you helps you to prevent confusion. And sometimes we have bots that come in here. Danny G message me. Legalize Able Game message me. Like, human beings don't do that. Think about it. Like, who in their right mind would just go into a random chat and start typing, message me? Like, that's the most inauthentic way to promote yourself. Message. And we're all like, wait, what? Because that's a damn bot. Yeah, like, who the... It's so... But I noticed there's more bots. There's a certain time of the year where there's more bots, right? It's like you can tell where it's more aggressive. When the other scams don't work, they focus on the live streaming scam. They message. So I start to pay attention to like, why are they more aggressive on right now? Right? Whenever there's less people online, because you don't want to be online all the time. So when I notice that there's a dip, welcome, Jawd. Right, whenever there's a dip in traffic on social media, the scammer bots are on it. Right, or maybe there's just a lot less people. So when people get scammed, they tell me right away, hey, somebody just messaged me pretending to be you. So so that's how much it's happening if you don't block. So that's why I just do the best you can, Yeah, at the end of the day, it's about just being a good human being, right? Mentoring people, helping people. Be a good Yeah, it's just when you find happiness, you just share others like what you did to experience a deep joy in life, and that joy hopefully is long lasting. And so when the joy is long lasting, you want to share with others. So in about 20 minutes, we're gonna do some sound bath, okay? Some sound bath. 4 hour, 3 hour, we'll see. 3 to 4 hour sound baths. Unless I have to go meditate at a certain time too today with my friend. But I'll restart the stream and relabel it. Hello. Bisa Bing, I finally caught a live stream. Thank you. People can listen but don't hear. That's for sure. Because I can tell a bot at the other side, they repeat constantly. Yeah. And start the same way towards we are you. Where are you from? And they chat. And we chat sometimes. Somewhere else. Well, thank you, sister. Yeah, and we are getting more mature as internet users because we're tired of getting scammed, right? Like in the beginning, it was phone scams, right? Hi, this is the bank calling. We know, right? And then, and now we're like getting tired of getting it, like the email scam, and now like we have a good BS, we have a better BS detector as internet user, because it like the social media is still kind of a new thing if you think about it, right? Which made many people disconnect, depressed, insecure. But now we're starting to see, wait a minute, we can actually use it and feel authentic connection with people, right? We can actually find the people we genuinely vibe with, and it's good for our mental and emotional health if you're looking for it, right? If you're looking for humble, genuine people, they're there. If you don't, then you don't see it. So many people are getting mature to realize maybe watching too many Mr. Beast video ain't good for me. Maybe doom scrolling is not good, right? That's why, and I think a lot of it come from the podcast era, the Joe Rogan, like 3 hour, 4 hour podcast. So people, instead of watching YouTube video or listening to music, are listening to podcasts in the background. Well, live streaming, it's basically a podcast now, right? So right now, as we speak, it's like a podcast, but I'm engaging with you, right? When you have a podcast, it's with people on a podcast. But imagine we can have a podcast authentic experience with the community, which can be very difficult to do because if you don't have the mental and emotional discipline, somebody could come in and try to take you off the path and piss you off, or trolls come by, or just disrespectful people come by. Yeah. And so it's a beautiful experience, and the issue with like people like Kai Cenat and all these live streamers who are very high dopamine, that's for a certain group, right? And so this group is more about spirituality, authenticity, and connection. So when we're here, the goal is connection. You had hair in a crystal. Where's your gong? Right now, there's no room for the gong. I mean, I could put the gong here, but we don't need it. It's too loud anyways. Right. I mean, maybe once in a while I'll set it up. It just, We could do a lot more with Tibetan bowls. Because when you have a technical, the gong is loud and technical, and so like a dong, so it holds the droning, right? It holds that Well, guess what? Binaural frequency is the same thing. And you can control the volume. And you can hear the crispness of the bowls. Right? Because when the gong tubu, you dong. So we use it mainly in public sound bath because we call it the kraken. Because sometimes our mind overthink, and when we hear more haunting sound, it brings us to the moment. It's like a loving fear, right? When you hear the haunting sounds of the same thing with the higher frequency of the Tibetan bowls, right? It may not be the most pleasing, but it's not bad. It just makes you, it's like a So imagine if you were in your head and you heard that, it would instantly bring you back to the moment. Or you would just leave right away because you're not actually present. Or you may not like it, but you understand it's just sound. Or you love it. My pizza. Yeah, binaural frequency also changed my life. And that's why I use it. Right, like. And having music in the background with it. Good for meditation. Easy to meditate too. Long time. Pleasant. Of course, there's an art form to everything, there's a discipline to everything. My beautiful partner is struggling with health problems. I'm struggling with anxiety. Well, you gotta face it head on. But you have to do it with a positive energy and mindset. It's hard to heal when you have doubt, fear in your heart and body. Let me repeat that again. It's hard for you to heal when you have fear and heart in your body. Because it blocks everything. Like you're sitting quietly, but you're scared. At the same time, believe that healing is possible. Do the work too. A lot of people secretly are living in fear, pretending that they're not, and they wonder why they don't heal. They're scared of death. It's just fear of fear, which is just fear itself. But when you overcome that fear, you have faith. Because to overcome fear, you have to believe in love and joy. You don't have to, but believing in it makes your life better. Really. Believing in something good is better than believing something bad. Why would you believe in negativity if positivity is better for you? Because negativity does teach you something, but you want to live in a positive life. So we're not saying it doesn't exist. We're saying it absolutely exists. It's a choice you can choose. And if you can choose positive life, then your life would be positive. You can choose it. You just have to practice that choice. Having faith, gratitude, positive affirmations, breath work. I need to stop that. Yeah. You have to say this kind of language, Zendo. I'm ready to practice believing. I'm open to love. I'm ready for positivity. I'm ready to live in the energy of joy. When you keep repeating, I need to stop doubting, you're praying in a negative sense. I'm ready to start believing. Right? Which I used to do, right? Which I learned from Michael Beckwith. There's a language of regressive prayer. I have been having nightmares and strange dreams due to anxiety. Yeah, because right before you go to bed, you overthink. Because you know why? You've been overthinking all day. So when you overthink all day, and then you lay in bed, you just do more overthinking. And then eventually you get so tired of overthinking, you fall asleep. But your mind's still overthinking, so your mind doesn't get stage 3 REM sleep, stage 4 sleep. You just get stage 2, which doesn't give you a deep healing rest. And then you wake up groggy and you gulp down 3 shots, a triple shot espresso, and 2 donuts to begin your day. And now you overstress again. I mean, I think triple shot's not too bad if you learn to respect it. But nowadays people have 6 shots, and then they throw in vanilla and all these bougie things. God, that's why I don't go to Starbucks. That's a trap. Starbucks is a trap. This discipline, just have the discipline at home and be happy. When it's too delicious, you need to know when to stop it. Yeah. When you make coffee at home, you make it just balanced and happy. Starbucks is like, how can we make you want more every day? This coffee shop that has, at the end of the day, it's more about healing. It's about health instead of coping. You can drink coffee to cope, or you can use coffee to make your life work. I literally just picked up Starbucks. What are you drinking? Don't lie. We gotta do some investigative work right now. What you drinking? Don't lie. How many? Tell us your whole order. No shame, okay? We just want to know the truth. Iced gingerbread chai. สวัสดีครับ Gingerbread chai. You say I be basic. Why you ordered a iced gingerbread chai tea? I don't think you know what basic is. You know what I'm saying? Iced gingerbread. Did you do anything special to it? Why are you holding out on the details? Just tell us the whole order. Did you like make it bougie? Or did you just did you do anything special to it? Or just oat milk? My wife loves Starbucks, by the way. That's why I'm investigating. It stuns me. I used to do Uber Eats, and I used to do. When Uber Eats, you make so much money from people ordering Starbucks using Uber Eats. It's crazy. One day I was waiting at the counter and I saw a receipt. I'm like, 7 shots, right? 7 shots of espresso, like 8 pumps of vanilla, 9 pumps of chocolate syrup, extra whipped cream with oat milk, venti. You're like, God damn, shoot, golly, shoot. I finally, I get to understand. I get to see the world. I look at the receipt. I'm like, dang, they don't even want to go to work. They're trying to get, right? They're trying to get they're trying to get caffeine in their veins hard today. I'm like, yeah, there's too much sugar. So you're like, and they want more sugar. Oh, God. Anyways, okay. Any advice for not being afraid to take a risk? Fail. Just go and fail more. You don't succeed until you fail, like maybe 50 times or more. If you're not failing enough, you're not succeeding, because every failure teaches you your weakness. Yeah, fail your way up to the top. Like maybe you suck at taxes. Well, that teaches you need to go learn about your damn taxes. Maybe you don't have good management skill, then you need to learn management skill. Maybe you want to be a sound healer, but you don't know how to put yourself out there. Maybe you need money to get singing bowls, but you don't know how to get your money up. Make your life work, but don't just work for money. Find your purpose and find your calling. Use your life, or else the social media or the marketing will try to get you to buy a billion thing on Black Friday that you don't need. You don't need you have a milk frother at home already. You don't need another one. But it's 80% off. When you go to the store, you don't, right? Oh my God, it's buy one get 2 free, half off, and the item's like $200. You're like, that's a really good deal. That's how they get you. When you don't know when you're not disciplined, right? That costs $20 to make. They charge $200. Right? So buy one get 2 free. They still made what? Whatever, 5x profit from you. You don't know? We know this already, but we don't want to think about it, because then you're like, ooh. Maybe H&M is actually not that good for me. Maybe I shouldn't go to Zara after all. I just shop on eBay. I just buy aftermarket. For real. But if you got the money, you got the damn money. You know what I mean? If you got that money, do whatever you want. You know? If you can afford it, shoot, then you can. But if you can't afford it and you try to, you know what I'm saying? Like this, the family thrift center. Yes, quad mics. Okay, I'm gonna let me see. I can't change the title. Okay, I think I'm gonna restart the YouTube. Yeah, I'll retitle it. I'm gonna stop the YouTube. Yeah, I'm gonna stop the YouTube. Retitle the stream.